Tonight on the show, I'm going to say some nice things about the Eagles, which is unfathomable. We have Awkwafina from Ocean's 8 in the building, plus the amazing Vic Mensa. Complex, say the last part. Complex.
It's staying open real late.
It's just open late. You can't change the name.
araabMUZIK, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Open Late. My name is Peter Rosenberg. Keep the noise going for my man, araabMUZIK. All right. Unlike President Trump, my guests don't cancel on me. So let's meet tonight's panel. First up, he is the owner of Triangle Offense and, most importantly, the co-host of Everyday Struggle, which you can watch every day right here on Complex. Make some noise for Wayno.
What's up, y'all?
Next, from Sports Illustrated and CBS Sports Radio Plus, my fellow Maryland graduate. Make some noise for my guy, one of the smartest voices in sports, Robin Lundberg. Finally, he's the host of In the Conversation podcast and True TV's Comedy Knockout. Give it up for my guy, DAMIEN Lemon. Now, you know where we have to start. I spent an entire lifetime hating everything about Philly sports. But I'll tell you what, Philadelphia sports is making it hard to hate Philly. It started with the Meek Mill thing, okay? First of all, at the Super Bowl, the Eagles made Dreams and Nightmares like the new We Will Rock You, okay? Yeah. So I'm already like, this is incredible. Then he shows up at the Sixers playoff games and one of the all-time heroic jail releases we've ever seen in history.
Right,
like something out of a weird 90s Nicolas Cage movie. It was phenomenal. And now they have given the middle finger to Donald Trump. They said thanks, but no thanks to Donald Trump's White House invite, and the president responded by saying, don't worry, we don't want you to come anyway. We're gonna have our own party. Except we don't need athletes at our party. All we need is nerdy white dudes in red hats and everybody singing the beautiful national anthem. Except for me, I don't really know the words to the national anthem, but if I did, I'd sing it beautifully. All right, Damien, I'm gonna ask you a question that I don't feel this way, but I still think it should be presented.
Okay.
Is there any truth to the idea that simply because it's the White House,
right,
and the White House isn't about the person in the White House, it's about that it represents the American people, athletes or people who are asked to go there should go? Any truth to that idea?
I don't think there's any truth to that idea. I mean, that's a cool idea, right? But I think that's what it used to be until we had the cornball in chief. You got your man in there and he's destroyed everything we thought about the White House. You know what I mean? So, fuck it. Go to Obama's house. He's a president. He's OG. Do that.
Right. That's about respect for the office, right? Doesn't respect come both ways? And Torrey Smith, who was on the Eagles championship team, said, if somebody had insulted you and invited you to a party, you wouldn't go. Why is it different if they're the president? And when you're talking about Roger Goodell, this is the NFL owner's fault. Right. This story had gone away. When's the last time people were talking about it? With their stupid policy, they brought it back up, and it was fuel for him.
And now, one person who's been very outspoken about all of this has been LeBron James. And first of all, let's make some noise for LeBron James. We didn't always grow up in a time where the greatest athletes in the world spoke out about issues. You know, for every Muhammad Ali there's also been a Michael Jordan who doesn't say a goddamn thing. So, Wayno, when we look at LeBron, the basketball obviously speaks for itself. But have you been impressed by this other legacy that he's been building?
Absolutely, because like when you look at in terms of LeBron, he feels like social obligation. He wore the I Can't Breathe shirt. You know, he's never been apologetic about his stance, and that's because he's a father raising two men. They wrote, you know, can I say it? Nigga, on his home. With all the money he has, with all the fame he has, people will still try to reduce him to being in one place. They're fiending to catch something on him, and you can't trick him. Like, you really can't trick him outside of the court.
The only thing the haters have is his hairline. That's all they have. And that's the thing that I can't stand. You know what I'm saying? Seeing this hairline hate. Although at the same time, I kind of wish LeBron would just stop fighting it and join us. You know what I'm saying? Not all of us can have the Damian Lemon hairline. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Make some noise for that goddamn hairline. All right, there's a lot more that happened this week, and we're gonna break it all down in a segment we call Major, Mage, or Repug. All right, y'all, I'm gonna hit you with a story, and you guys will decide whether the story is Major, which is my stupid language for really awesome, Mage, or Repug, which you can figure out. We'll start here. Despite weeks of controversy and pissing off everyone, certainly myself included, Kanye's new album still had really strong first week sales. Continuing to rock with Kanye. Major, Mage, or Repug, Wayno?
Major. And the reason why I say it's Major is because Kanye shit is like a case study, right? He said all of these outlandish things about slavery being a choice, about what he would and wouldn't do, and everybody hated him for it, but he flew everybody to Wyoming. Everybody was out there smiling like nothing never happened.
I didn't go. You go?
Nah, I didn't get an invite.
I did.
Would you have gone?
You wouldn't go.
Would you have gone?
I don't know.
You might have gone.
I don't know. It's a chance. But that's the thing. It's like, I don't know if he's done enough for me to totally throw him out the window yet.
All right, Robin, what do you think? Major, Major, Repug to stay rocking with Kanye?
I want to say Repug, but I listened out of curiosity, so I have to say Mage, and that's right in the middle, right? And that record is mid. So that's perfect for that album. And, you know, it was just sort of this curiosity. The whole thing sounded half-assed to me, which I didn't expect from Kanye, and it feels just, considering all the antics and clown stuff he did, and it made me feel better about hate listening to it in the first place.
Damien?
I'm with him. I wanted to repug it out. I definitely did. I was tight. I was a little upset about the trolling. I thought it was irresponsible. It's Mage, I get, because to the point, I thought the album was I don't give him the benefit of the doubt because I still thought what he did was irresponsible.
He also had an opportunity to change the narrative within the music, and he missed that.
Right.
Because with Kanye, we've always had those songs where they meant something to us and he explained what he was going through, but for a long time, he's just been making records about anything. The production-wise on his album, I really love 4 songs. The other 3, I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about, but I feel like he missed a lot of marks in that sense. I did like Violent Crimes a lot because being a father to daughters, like, that meant a lot. That was one of the moments with that song where I was like, damn, this dude does have a brain in his head, so why is he acting so stupid?
Great point, Wayne. I love that. That's a great point. Rap-A-Lot CEO and ultimate hip-hop OG, Jay Prince, has been making the media rounds, and he has claimed that Drake has an overwhelming, career-ending Pusha T diss in the chamber, but Drake is not going to release it. Let's, for the sake of argument, start here. If it's true that Drake is sitting on a real heater and decided, nah, I'm not gonna put this out, is that Major, Mage, or Repug, Damian Lemon?
That's Repug. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. You gotta give it to the people. The people need this. Like, man.
We work all week.
Yeah, that's what we want. That's what. And the only reason nobody is telling Jay Prince what they really want is because they're afraid of Jay Prince. That's the only, everybody's like,
You're right. You got it.
Fair enough, OG.
Right.
I'm sick about it, though. I'm sick.
Of course it's Repug. I mean, to reference another song, by the way, another diss record, we don't believe you. You need more people, right? I mean, come on. And how are you going to, Pusha T, what exactly are you going to say about him? And how are you going to end Kanye's career? Kanye's out here trying to end his own career.
All right, Wayno.
Repug. And I think, like, the whole thing is this with Drake, right? He just, like, took a swung. Like, you know how guys, like, they think they know how to fight, and then they swing on this dude that they absolutely don't knows jujitsu or some shit? I think that's what happened. Like, he came into a situation where he thought he had the upper hand, and he didn't know how deep Pusha was going to dig on him.
Right.
and he didn't expect it, and it kind of caught him off guard. At this point, you just got to just make records, man. I don't think he's ever gonna respond.
If I'm Drake, I respond in an ad lib or a one line in a song because I can't win at that. That's not a place to win there.
And don't even get in the ring. Yeah,
don't set the expectations. Don't tell me Push is gonna be executed this summer.
Yeah,
don't tell me all of that. And then the thing is, like you said, Drake is gonna be Drake, right? LeBron is LeBron, right? He's going up against the Warriors. Chances are they might get swept, but chances are they're gonna lose. He's still gonna be LeBron. If LeBron was like, you know what, I don't want to play anymore, you wouldn't respect that man. You set it up. You said, yo, we going in. He got a surgical summer. You gonna execute him. Let's let this go at least 7.
Sorry guys, my boss said I can't rap with you anymore.
Kills me. Anyway.
Yeah, man.
All right, before we get out of here, we're always encountering hip-hop debates that never seem to get settled permanently. So while we have you here, I want to put one of those to the test right now in a segment we call Settle It For Me. All right, this one comes to us from Black Thought from the legendary Roots crew. While he was on our show, Ebro in the Morning this week, he told us, I think you can't be top 5 if you don't write what you're saying. Settle it for me, Wayno. Can you be top 5 if you've gotten help with the bars?
No. And the reason why I say no is I take it back to when I was in elementary school. And me and my friends was rapping. And one of my friends was using his brother's raps. And somebody knew it. And they playing on the lunch table. And they like, yo, your brother said that. Like, writing bars, I mean, you see sports players, right? They play their sport from the time they're children up until they get to the pros. It's the same thing with rapping. All these dudes that say, I was only rapping for a year. No, you wasn't. You was doing that shit when you was a kid, and you take it serious, and you should be serious about it if you want to be respected. So, to be in the top 5 greatest all-time MCs, no, you cannot if you had help with the pen.
Love it. All right, Robin.
Yeah, it's the differentiation between artist and MC, right? That's why Dr. Dre and Kanye aren't in the top MCs debate, because that's your craft. When you're a rapper, you can't be a top 5 rapper. S. Carter, ghostwriter, for the right price, I can make your shit tighter, right?
Ooh, absolutely. As he did for the aforementioned. Damien?
No +1s in the top 5. You know what I mean?
No +1s.
Hey, man. You know what I mean?
That's a good one,
Thank you,
man.
bro.
No +1s in the top 5.
Thank you all for being here. Make some noise for our panel.
Thank you,
Now, in just a second, I'm going to sit down with the incredible Vic Mensa. But first, I got a chance to talk to Awkwafina, the hilarious breakout star of Ocean's 8. Check this out.
In 3.5 weeks, the Met will be hosting its annual ball, and we are going to rob it. Can I get my watch back, please? And hers as well? Sorry.
Where did the interest go first? You knew you liked hip-hop, you knew you liked being entertaining. What was the first path you started taking to trying to be in the spotlight in some way?
Really, my first love affair came with producing music. So I started on GarageBand, my first MacBook Pro, when I was 15, 16. I moved on to Logic, then I moved on to Ableton. I produce 98% of my own music. I record myself on my bed, you know, things like that. So that was my relationship with music, and it was really special. You know, even my first movie, which was Neighbors 2, you know, the way that they found me was literally like Seth Rogen and Nick Stiller found my vag, that video. So that's, you know, how I got Neighbors. And so even then, I think never expected it to pan out this way.
How did you know that? How did you find out that you could do it, that you could act?
I still don't know if I can act or not.
I'm not sure either.
I
saw the movie.
I saw, like, even my grandma's like, you're not even acting, you're just like being yourself.
No.
Go to an acting class.
You're not a pickpocket in real life.
Yeah, no, well, I'm not.
When I saw your role in it, I was like, yo, she's like in this movie, Were you intimidated by that at all?
Like by being in the movie?
Yeah, just like being with like iconic stars and legendary actors.
I'll tell you this, I was very intimidated leading up until we actually started shooting, because, you know, you have these images in your mind. It's a stellar cast, and a lot of the women I grew up kind of literally worshiping, like, you know, as a kid. And then, you know, meeting Rihanna, that's just like, you know, what do you do? Like, how do you stand? You know?
Well, how did you start to stand?
Yeah, you got hips? You're just like, you lean up against a pole and you're like, hey.
Okay, we're gonna try something new. Can we play a game?
Yeah. Oh.
It's called Dead Last.
Okay. Roll the graphic.
Okay, do you have your cell phone?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna name something, and you are going to see the last thing you did in regards to that.
Let's do it.
Last thing you listened to.
Jump featuring Nev.
Jump is the artist or the song?
I
That's
don't
the song.
know. That's the song.
How do you not know what you're?
Drolo.
Okay, Drolo.
I don't know. I go on SoundCloud and then I refuse to like burn it from SoundCloud, so then I'll go and buy it, but I don't really know who it is.
Wow, you're so lovely. So you just go, you feel bad just listening to SoundCloud.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So your phone is filled with random shit that you bought by artists you don't even really know.
Exactly, yeah.
Hold on, I have a question. How do I even see what I played last?
Okay, so.
Here's the
and now playing.
No, that is not right. As God is my witness, I've never listened to that.
Out Loud by Ed Sheeran.
No, I've never listened to that.
Out Loud by Ed Sheeran.
No, I have never
I'm
listened
not
to that.
lying. I am not lying right now, dude. Look at this.
You know what? Let's go to another
You gotta
category.
love it.
Let's go to another one. Next is the last photo that you've taken.
Oh, geez, this is not fun.
Really? Let me see.
It's a Rubik's Cube tutorial. I'm sorry.
Mine is me hitting a terrible golf shot.
Look at that. Great form.
Yeah, not so much.
The butt's out in a really great angle.
You like that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, check that out.
Kinda killing it.
Oh, thank you very much. All right, last DM. I'll let you do Twitter or Instagram.
Oh, geez, that's gonna be pretty.
I kind of want to go to your Instagram and go to like the ones requested, like one you haven't even seen yet that like someone sent.
yeah.
Let's do that,
We
because
can do
that's
that.
safe, right? I'll do the same.
Is it safe?
Well, you didn't say anything. They're saying something to you, so.
Okay, well, I posted, I've been in New York for not that long, and I finally saw an Ocean's billboard, and someone wrote right next to the Bronx Bombers, but I was in
Can I see?
Lower Manhattan.
Look, it's just a cute billboard
Yeah.
right next to the Bronx Bombers, but you are a Mets
That's
fan.
the Bronx Bombers? Oh, the Bronx Bombers is code for Yankees.
Yeah, it's Yankee, code for
Oh, see, I
Yankee.
don't know what their fucking nicknames are.
Is that a Mets tattoo?
Yes.
Just because Queens all
yeah,
day.
that's Queen. Yeah.
That's so
come on.
That's so hip hop. Are you allowed to tell us anything else you have coming, by the way, or no?
I
No pressure at all. I don't care if you say no.
Yeah, no, the album, and I have a pilot in development, so there's some things going
They're
on.
shit popping.
Yeah.
Plus, you're also all over Netflix, as you said. Documentary, dude.
Yes, softcore.
Softcore porn.
Yes,
Softcore
one softcore porn.
pornography.
Yeah.
So there's a lot with Awkwafina. Ocean's 8
Yes.
is in theaters this weekend.
Yes.
It's starring a whole lot of people, but to me, it's starring Awkwafina.
Oh, thanks, Peter.
Thanks so much.
I love you so much.
That's right. My guest tonight is a rapper. He's an activist. He's a mensch. And he has a brand new single called Reverse with Marshmello and G-Eazy. Give it up for Vic Mensa.
My guy.
My guy. How are you, man?
I'm great.
What's been, first of all, congratulations. I heard you rip down Govball last week.
I had a good time with that. Govball was lit.
What's the record that you perform that is like you're guaranteed it shuts down the club every time you do it?
I'll tell you my favorite record to perform. My favorite record to perform is the last song on my album, The Autobiography. It's called We Could Be Free. I like doing that song because it's kind of like what I think I take the most out of in terms of performance is like the meaning in my words, you know?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I've watched your entire career since you were in Kids These Days, many years ago, and you've evolved as an artist, as a performer, as an activist. Like your mind has always been in a certain place, but it seems like now more than ever, like you said, performing that song in particular, words matter to you. This version of Vic Mensa, were you always going to be this activist, artist version of Vic Mensa?
I mean, I've been like radical for a long time. That's always been my headspace, and I think just as the culture of the country around us kind of pivoted from this like fake post-racial wonderland that Obama had motherfuckers subscribing to, and the real America that I know to be America started to rear its ugly head once again, then it just kind of brought more of that sensibility out of me because I'm like, okay, now this is really necessary.
Got it.
You know? Shit didn't always feel fully necessary with Obama in office. I mean, it was still real in the field.
Well, that's the silver lining. That's the silver lining of the Trump presidency, is nothing had really changed. This just brought everything out to deal with.
Yeah.
It's all here now.
You gotta just face it and you gotta deal with it. And so that's all I feel like I'm doing. Like, I have no intention of like It's not that I'm trying to be an activist or something. It's that I'm active. You know what I mean?
Midterm elections are coming up. Are you invested? Do you care? Do you think a change can actually happen? Or are you checked out on politics right now?
I can't be checked out on politics because Fred Hampton said politics is war without bloodshed. And that's the realest shit. And this is war, and we're at war, and I'm a warrior for sure. So I'm involved, and midterm elections are gonna be mad important. I don't have all the information on me at this moment, but I mean, you can bet your ass I'll be voting and I'll be telling people to vote.
Let's make some noise for that. How about that? I haven't seen you since you and Killer Mike had the back and forth about AR-15s. You know, his opinion being basically any form of gun control kind of works against
black people.
Black people, pretty much.
Yeah.
So tell me where you're at with Mike and what your thoughts were.
You know, I mean, I will first start by saying that I got immense respect for Killer Mike. As an artist, the way he thinks, like, I be rocking with Killer Mike. I be on his Instagram and he's always like pushing the, supporting black-owned businesses, and that shit made me reevaluate some of my choices to try to be more, you know, in line with the shit that can really help my people. So I say that I love Killer Mike's shit.
He's been really impactful.
And he's just really hard as a rapper too. So
yeah,
it's
of course.
like
Run the Jewels amazing. He's awesome.
And it's like I've been rocking with him from like Stankonia shit. But when he said what he said about AR-15s and gun control, and the moment that I found out about it was when I was leaving the March for Our Lives in DC, and I'm walking into the fucking airport and I see Killer Mike got a video with the NRA, you know, who at the same time was like attacking the credibility and the character of these kids that just survived this horrendous mass shooting. And I see Killer Mike over here rocking with them, like chopping it up with them. I just thought I thought it didn't make any sense. And I started to see what he was talking about with the AR-15s, because I feel that the single most impactful gun control legislation change that could really happen is banning AR-15s and similar weapons, assault weapons like that. And they were banned in the past, but people just have this revisionist history thing in America where they forget that them shits were not legal. Like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, they were banned.
Like they forget that they never used to show the national anthem during football games. So people forget what actually happened up until
I didn't even know that.
Oh, that only happened when sponsors, that was a sponsorship thing.
I never fucked with the national anthem either. It's just not that good of a song. I've been trying to vote for like International Players Anthem, Rough Riders Anthem, Dipset Anthem, Lil Durk L's Anthem. It's all types of anthems that I'm voting for International Players Anthem.
International Players Anthem.
It's way more. They really knock. They got drums.
Once it picks up at the end, right? If the national anthem at the end of the first verse picked up the way international,
if the hook came in, like.
All right, we are going to get to music in just a moment, but I have to ask you one thing that sort of bridges between music and politics. I have been very vocal about my disappointment and sort of sadness around the things Kanye has said over the last several months. How did you feel about it? Where do you stand with Kanye these days? Take me through it.
You know, I was just thinking of Kanye because when you asked me about the divide on the gun control thing, I was with Kanye at the march, and he was saying to me, gun control interested him because this was not a white or a black thing. Like it's not a racial issue so much in that it's just a human issue. Now, a lot of his statements since then, I think he said some damaging things. I think that maybe they weren't all the way thought through. And I don't really want to say too much about it because honestly, I just have a lot of love for Kanye, and like on a lot of levels, you know? Like I know Kanye as a person and respect him in that way, and also learned so much from Kanye's music, you know what I'm saying? Which made a lot of those things even more hurtful, to tell the truth, because I'm like, damn, yeah, you know, you are the one that, I don't even wear diamonds probably because of diamonds from Sierra Leone. Probably because you broke that situation down to me. I hope he addresses that shit in a real way and can speak to can speak to some of those things that he said that were damaging for us, because it's like that hurts us as a people, not just black people, just as Americans, you know, as people that gotta live in this country. The idea, maybe there was a lot more to it, but the idea of slavery being a choice and just like statements like that kind of being put out without so much context is really damaging for us, because it's not gonna hurt Kanye. Kanye got a big estate with security guards.
So when tension rises and when people act more hostile.
I can't ride for the fucking black kid in Oklahoma that's the only black kid in the class, and the other kid, he's 13, and the other kids is like, well shit, you heard Kanye, get over it. You know what I'm saying? How can I help him? I can't help him. So only Kanye can help him right now. And so I hope that he does.
Agreed, man. I agree, and I wanna. Kanye's too great. A lot of people think that to not be excited about the album is to throw Kanye away. I'm not throwing Kanye away. I love Kanye. All right. Every time I sit down with someone amazing, we dig through a crate of records and check out some music. It's time for Digging in the Crates with Vic Mensa. Yes, this is called Digging in the Crates. It's clear at this point what we do. But Vic, you were just telling me. You have a ton of records yourself. You're into
hella records, probably 1,000.
Let's put it right here.
Yeah, there we go.
This album right here. What do you think of this NERD?
This vinyl is just beautiful too. I've never actually seen the vinyl of this record. This record is this album is like, this is it to me. This album has been one of the major inspirations of me making music. I've always been a rock and roll fan, and so before I was ever into rap music, I liked Nirvana, and before that, I liked Guns N' Roses and a whole bunch of like AC/DC. It's just shit that a kid would first find out about rock and roll. And Weezer and all this shit. That's what I was into first. So then when I found NERD, and it was like somewhere between the sensibilities of hip hop and rock and roll, and it was hard. It did so much for me, because they used to be on me for the shit. You know, for my skinny fucking acid wash jeans and shit. They'd be like, shorty, you look weird as fuck. You know, like it wasn't
sort of like a guy
down.
who would grow up to be wearing a spiked vest and a tie on a t-shirt.
For sure. I tried to tell him all the way back then, but this shit validated me. You know what I'm saying? This shit validated what I was already about. So this was like, that's
and when
it.
you look at the tree of influence from this album and these guys, from Wayne to you.
And you know what's so ill with it too, is that like, NERD is just like, trailblazers in that they'll never be fully understood, which is what's so dope about it. Like, those that really know, but it's something that's so far ahead that like it can never be understood by everybody.
I don't know how you feel about this album specifically, but I think this is Nas, Hip Hop is Dead.
I definitely bought that album.
It's an interesting album thematically.
I liked Hip Hop is Dead was hard. Black Republican was hard. Still Dreaming was really hard. I definitely was like, 13 or something, and I was like, yeah, shit, Hip Hop is Dead. I'm here with you, nigga. Like, I just found this shit and it already died. You know?
You had just gotten into it.
I'm like, I just found this shit dead already. Goddamn. But
and now here he is still. And now, how great is it to watch Nas get like more and more successful as the years goes on? Like, as a businessman now, he's killing it.
Sweet chick shit popping.
Yeah.
Exactly what we all wanted to see from Nas forever.
I know. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because we like, bro, you're just placed as one of those undeniable top 5 rappers is solidified forever. The shit's so deep for me with Nas that when I was a shorty, I used to print out Nas lyrics, like the lyrics to the message. And I would print them out, take a piece of paper, and write identical lyrics with the same syllable count, saying different things. It's like I was studying this nigga.
Fake Thug, No Love. What did you
get the slug and be like
CB4 Augusto. Yeah.
On Dubs, keep a snub. Like,
you would just come up with your own?
I'm at the
club. Which you weren't.
Never been to the club and shit. Yeah, so shout out to Nas.
Yeah, I agree. I love where the Nas story is going. Now, we'd be remiss. You have a brand new record. With Marshmello and G-Eazy, Reverse. Very excited about that. Is this off of a new album? Is there anything coming?
This is off of a new collection of music. And so this is kind of like a more up-tempo record. I got a studio in the crib right now in LA, and I just been locked in, really just honing in on the message. It's like, it's been a little while since I released music, but music to me is such a fucking, it's such a real representation of who I am and where I'm at, that I want everything I say to really mean. You know, I want to really mean everything I say, because I don't do music just as a job or just as a way to make money or just as a hustle. I mean, it's got to be all those things too. But first and foremost, like, this is it's like my therapy. This is how I unpack my life. You know, if you listen to my music, you know that. Like, that's really how I figure things out in my life. You know what I'm saying?
How soon are we how close is it that this collection of music? When are we getting it?
There's gonna be a decent amount of it coming out this summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this summer we'll get some music from Vic Mensa. Yo, thank you for seriously, from a distance, you know, I'm just always watching what you're doing. You make me proud. You've always kept it real with the music and with the activism stuff. You're such an important voice to have, man. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, brother.
Make some noise for Vic Mensa. Thank you to all of our guests tonight on Open Late. Now to take us out, make some noise for my guy, araabMUZIK. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching. Open Late is always open on Complex's YouTube channel, and so are all these amazing shows. Check them out.